about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It is Monday morning and I'm doing a makeup look. I want to do a holiday festive look, and the first one that came to mind this morning was the palette that I'm going to use is my Jeffree Star Cremated Palette. And the reason is because I realized I think I've only been in this palette once and I need to do a silver look. I want to do like a holiday silver, and what better palette to use? Okay, look at all of these gorgeous colors. So I think what I'm going to do is stick to like a cool toned gray look. Maybe I'm going to experiment. I'm going to just play around with some shades. So first I'm going to prime my eyes. I will do my makeup off camera. We'll just do the eyes on camera and I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer in Invisapink. I'm going to do this first. Prime the lids. I don't know how this works. I don't know. It feels different than any other eye primer I've had. Maybe we'll experiment when I do some makeup looks this week, and I'll use like the MAC Paint Pot. I really like that one for some reason. Okay, so we're going to blend this out with my concealer brush. I guess it kind of makes the lid a little tacky. So I'm going to start with a light toned gray. So I'm going to go into Life Insurance. I do feel a little weird putting like gray and silver on my eyes because I'm not used to it. I'm always used to using color. But it's always fun to play around with makeup. Okay, so I'm blending this. I like to put my crease color above my crease so that it shows up. I do have really deep eye sockets. I have really large eyes, which is, it's good for eyeshadow, but really deep eye sockets. And so when I put it in the crease and I open up my eyes, sometimes you can't see that. I don't have hooded eyes, but just really deep eye sockets. All right, so then what we're going to do, that was Life Insurance. I'm going to darken things up a tiny bit, and I'm going into Wednesday. Reminds me of the show Wednesday. I'm going to keep this directed towards the outer corner. I kind of feel like doing a halo eye. I'm trying to remember if I did a halo eye the last time I did my makeup. Okay, so I'm not adding any more product here. I feel like once I added that, it's almost like a blue gray. I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to go back. I'm going to actually go into Casket Ready and blend that out a little bit. It's a little dark. Just trying to even up the sides here. Yeah, that's definitely more of a blue-gray. Okay. And I think maybe we will do a halo eye. I haven't done one in a long time. I'm going to use this E27. It's a smaller brush, and I'm going to use it for the darker shades. Not that I'm worried about fallout, but just because it's a little bit more precise, I can get into the areas of my eye. I'm going to go into a mix between Solemnly Swear, which is almost like, I don't know if it's like a warm gray. I think it's like a cool gray, but it almost has a purple undertone, and Grave Digger. Okay, up here. So Solemnly Swear and Grave Digger. Tap off my brush just because it's so dark. And I'm going to pack this on the inner and the outer corner. And I don't really have to blend into the crease because I feel like I already did that on the outside corner. I don't know how it's going to look on the inside here. It's not bad, actually. Remember, it always looks weird when you first apply your shadow, especially if you don't have your makeup done yet. It's always going to look weird. I just realized I haven't done a halo eye in forever. Okay, it's not really even. So what I'm going to do is go back in with my primer here. I'm going to put some right on that center spot. Okay, go back in with my concealer brush and try to be really careful. So just make sure that area is kind of tacky. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to go in with a flat brush, spray it with setting spray because I just don't want to get it on my fingers right now. And I'm going to go in first with, let's see, I don't think I want like one of these colors here. This is obviously a warm gray. I wouldn't mind doing a warm gray look though. I'm going to go in first with Embalmed. So it's like this matte color, but it does have like some sparkle within. And then I'm going to top it with Diamond Ashes. Okay, so first is Embalmed. See what that looks like on the eye. And then we can blend it out with Diamond Ashes. That's definitely a blue color as well. Okay, and I almost feel like I lost some of that color in the crease. I'm going to go in with that really dark brush and just add a little bit of color here. Because I totally lost, I feel like I lost everything in the crease. So I'm adding some of that darkness in, and then I'm going in with the first brush I used and blending the crease. Okay, so now I'm going to top this with Diamond Ashes and just see what that looks like. This is definitely a topper. And then I'm gently going to go over the outside of the darker area. And then we're going to bring the darker area back in with that one brush. The trick to doing a halo eye is just make sure the blend is like really, really pretty. I'm not adding any more product on here, by the way. I'm just kind of going back in over the edges. And we might have to go back and forth a couple of times. Okay, I think that looks really good. It looks interesting. Anyway, haven't done something like this in a long time. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my face makeup and then we will be right back. All right, guys, so we're back. Makeup is done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line now. I'm gonna take a clean brush because I don't want any of the darker stuff from the larger brushes like just everywhere. I need to be really precise. So I think what I wanna do is like a sparkle along the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in to Paul Bearer, which is like this really sparkly silver color. Taking this smaller brush, I'm going to tap off the excess here. And run this along the lower lash line. I think it might do a little bit better if it's wet, so I'm just going to wet my brush. Okay, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to wipe away that fallout if I can. I'm going to go back into Diamond Dashes, which is like the really sparkly white color, and see if I can add that on the middle of the lower lash line here. Just to kind of give that same effect that's on the top. Bring it up a little higher. Kind of gives like a gilded edge to it. That's kind of cool actually. So what I'm going to do is just pile on mascara. I'm not going to do any liner and just see what it looks like without liner. I'm kind of curious. So I'll be right back. So this is what it looks like. Now I put a little bit of silver above the dark on the top just to kind of outline that darkness, and that looks kind of cool. Kind of gives this like gilded look. It reminds me a little bit of the gunmetal look that I did with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmo palette, but not really. It's still a beautiful holiday look. I love that silver sparkle. And I think next time I'm totally going to play with the warmer grays in this palette, like all of these colors here. And it almost looks like, reminds me of a bronze look. This is really pretty. And I think like for myself, personally, I look better with gold, but I can pull off, because of my skin color, I can pull off gold and silver. And so I really think this is really nice. I didn't even use liner, but it feels like I'm wearing liner, but I'm not. But if you wanted to go all out, I would say like if you were going to use lashes, because the one thing about lashes is that it kind of covers up your lid. So you would have to kind of bring up the color a little bit higher. But I like it because in any light, if I move my eye, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it has a really cool look. And you can even bring some of that sparkle up a little higher if you want, just by simply rubbing it with your finger. That is so cool. Okay, so that's it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please consider subscribing. Click on the bell button to be notified when I upload new video content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we